Alright, we're on Nags Woods Road. We're going to be coming around this curve. And this is what we're going to be looking at as we head toward the cut up into the woods. Some neat trees. Right up here, see these fence posts? They keep it closed off so cars don't go through. But it's open just for you. We've got this mulch pathway here. They plow, mow up there and lay down mulch. Just if you're curious, if you're trying to find it in the off season, there's another path that goes down that way. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. And we're going to turn up into the woods. Now I've heard people say that this was worse than the bridge. Maybe so, especially if you're not used to running through the woods, but this uphill part is not the whole thing. It's it's a little hilly. It doesn't just go straight up. Some of this is, regular mulch that you buy, hardwood mulch. But as you're running through, you'll notice it changes to a mixture of leaf litter, pine bark, and mostly pine needles. And that's what's naturally in here. You know, that pine straw that people pay so much for? We got it all over the place, year round. See? So we're already going downhill. It is a little narrow. And stuff does grow here. They have to plow it every year. I keep saying plow. Just seems more appropriate than mow, but anyway. So if you're here in like the early spring, this might be a lot more overgrown than it looks now. If you're, trying to check this out another time of year. Oh, excuse me. Looking at the map, I had thought that we would spend some time going down the right-of-way under the power lines. That is not the case because, check this out, we're about to walk right under it. So, if you look on the map, that's the access road for the power lines. And that's the power lines heading north. Alright, back into the woods with us. And you can see why you can't see this trail from Google Maps or whatever. It's totally covered by trees. This seems to be the big mystery. This trail here. I guess because the rest of it can be driven so easily and found with Google Maps. So when you're driving down Old Nags Woods Road, you don't know where to turn. So yeah, there might be a root, a tree branch in the way. You gotta keep your feet up here. They put mulch probably where it was wet. But you can see all of this is our pine straw. Outer Banks mulch. I mean, it's like a ½ inch of that maybe, and then it's just sand. But it looks like you're in the mountains, Very different. Wouldn't expect to find it here. If you are trying to find this route, my suggestion would be to park at the Barn Street Park, where we're going to come out, and then walk back to Old Nags Head Woods Road. Because it's just, there are a couple different nature trail accesses and stuff. And like I said, they do get overgrown, so the easiest way might be to come by way of Barnes Street. Now see, this is not terribly hilly. I'm really bad with hills, being a sea level kind of girl. But this is just a little gentle up and down. It's not too bad. The sun's nicely filtered. It's about, I'm not sure what time it is. 10 o'clock? 10:30? When I'm doing this. So if you're an elite, you'll already be in Manio by this time of day, but anyway. See? Just a gentle slope. Yes, pine cones. Watch out for pine cones. Study the American hollies and loblolly pines. Some of our indigenous plant life. See all the pine needles in the trees? It's almost like Spanish moss except pine needles. Yeah, that's the thing about loblolly pines is they shed their needles year-round. So a lot of people don't like to have them in their yard. I say it's free pine straw. Yeah, but you gotta watch out for the pine cones. I already said that, didn't I? Alright, here's a little up, and then we're gonna take a swoop down. I think they would call this a swale. I was reading a little nature map at the park. I used to go walking up around here on some different trails, and I always wondered where the people were coming from when I would see them coming up this trail. And now I know. I'm going to pause right here real quick.